Alright then guys, welcome back to the channel. Now before we start this video, if this is your first time discovering my channel, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave your comments in the section below because I really want to know what you think. I'll respond to the comments. We can have a conversation, we can share ideas, we can share opinions. I'm absolutely open to that. So get into the comment section, let me know what you think and share this video with your loved ones. So look, we got to discuss this. I think it's important. I think it's a valid question to really discuss. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Was it good for boxing? Was this fight really good for boxing? We know that both fighters made a lot of money. Jake Paul, according to reports, made over 50 million. Mike Tyson, according to reports, made over 40 million. But, you know, when we put that aside, as boxing fans, as hardcore boxing purists, as hardcore boxing fans, is Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson good for boxing? Did it do anything good for boxing at all? I think with a question like this, with these sort of topics, you have to look at the pros and cons of what it does and what it means for the sport. You know, at one point, boxing was the most famous sport in the world. You know, back in the Muhammad Ali days and George Foreman and Joe Frazier, you know, back in the 70s and the 80s and 60s, boxing was the biggest sport. And then, you know, the sport sort of went a bit, you know, down after the Klitschko sort of era. After Lennox Lewis era. The Klitschko era was like, you know, it was seen as though boxing never existed. It was just a small time sport, really. And then, you know, now I think it's sort of a golden era with Tyson Fury, you know, Anthony Joshua. You know, you've got Deontay Wilder, you've got Zhilei Zhang, you've got Daniel Dubois now as a champion, you've got Alexander Usyk. So now it feels like this is a great time for boxing. Of course, when the, you know, heavyweight division is thriving, boxing is at the top and everyone loves it because we're having great fights. So we've seen a resurgence in boxing. We've seen that boxing is on the top again. We've seen that, you know, boxing has become the main topic again. And, you know, you've got players like, you know, Turkey Al Sheikh, who are now in the boxing world putting on incredible fights for the fans. And we love it. But when we look at Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, just fought about a week ago in a fight where Mike Tyson, a 58-year-old man, in a ring with a 27-year-old man, a guy that is twice his age. You know, how does that fight contribute to boxing in any way? I think if you look at it on a negative side, it's like, you know, Mike Tyson could have lost his life in there. Mike Tyson could have lost his life in that ring. And for any sanctioning body to sanction that fight, it was a disgrace. Yes, we love Mike Tyson. We want to see him in exciting fights, but he hasn't got it anymore. Mike Tyson was 58. There's no way that Mike Tyson was going to come in there and box like the Mike Tyson we used to know. You know, I mean, we all got excited, got carried away, but Mike Tyson is 58. So to put a 50-year-old man and a 27-year-old man in a ring is disgraceful and it shouldn't have happened. You know, for people to look at that and go, this is a spectacle that we want to see, this is something that we are really interested in. It's not really what we want to see, but it did happen. So, you know, if you look at it in that way, that was just really negative and not good. And then, you know, having a YouTuber like Jake Paul, you know, coming to boxing and really pick and choose who he fights and really not fight the best. You know, it is understandable because he's not a professional boxer. He's a YouTuber turned boxer who can fight a little bit, but that's just a little bit, right? So he's gonna cherry pick. And in boxing, when you cherry pick, the sport suffers because for boxing to be at the best, at the highest level, we need top fighters fighting top fighters. So that means even if someone is a name that brings a lot of eyeballs to the sport, like Jake Paul, he needs to fight the best to be able to elevate the sport, and that's not what he's doing, right? So him fighting Mike Tyson didn't really do anything for boxing as a sport, as a spectacle, as a mainstream blockbuster, sort of spectacle. It was great, but for boxing, it didn't really do anything. So I think in those areas, you look at that and think, you know what, this isn't it. We need better. Jake Paul needs to be fighting some real fighters that are going to be of a competition to him. Fighters that are going to come to win, not someone like Mike Tyson that is 58 that just wants a nice payday, and then just go sail off in the sunset and enjoy the money. So in that way it wasn't really good. But then when you look at the other side, right, the positives, the pros, Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul really brought a lot of eyeballs onto boxing. You've got kids and people that really don't care about boxing asking what is going to happen. Is Mike Tyson going to do this? Mike Tyson going to do that? Is Jake Paul going to knock him out? Or is Mike Tyson going to... that is great for the sport, because we have people interested in the sport, discussing it, talking about it. People are excited to see what's going to happen. That is exactly what we want boxing to be. So that, them fighting was really, really good for boxing in terms of bringing eyeballs and an attention to it. And what that does is that, on the undercard, you got, Katie Taylor was there fighting Amanda Serrano. They got a nice little check. Other fighters, legit fighters that were on the undercard, they got some really good payouts as well, which is really good because boxing is a dangerous sport and you want people to come in, make some money and leave with their health intact. So in terms of, putting eyeballs on boxing and shedding light on boxing and really getting boxers paid, that was tick. In terms of, fighting someone like Mike Tyson, who is a 58-year-old man, is a disgrace, and that could have been dangerous. Actually, we don't know. Mike Tyson took some shots in there, right? Not too many shots, but he did take some punishment for someone that was 58. We don't know what next month, in 2 years' time, in 3 years' time, in 4 months' time, we don't know how Mike Tyson is going to react to this fight. Getting hit in the head at the age of 58, which is not good. If something should happen to Mike Tyson in the next 2-3 months, it won't be good for boxing. Again, everyone goes, it shouldn't have happened. So look, I think there's pros and cons. I think, just like anything, there's pros and cons to Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson happening. So look, I'm in the middle. I think it helped boxing, but at the same time I think it's a dangerous thing to do and he's not fighting good competition. But I'm really excited to know what you guys think. Get in the comment section. Is it good? Is it bad for boxing? Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, these sort of YouTube fights, is it any good? Let me know in the comment section below. Like this video, subscribe to my channel. I am back, more videos coming. There's live streaming that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put in a community so you guys know when that's gonna happen. So look, I'm really excited to be back. I'm back for good. There's more content coming. I'll see you guys on the next one.